Hey everybody, Dina Wakley here at Creativation 2019, showing you my new stuff that we know we all need and love. The number one thing that people seem excited about is the new journal, 6x6 inch size, white cover, so we're super easy to decorate. I never do, but if you want to, feel free. But the advantage to this lovely thing is that the paper is so heavy. It is over 300-pound handmade watercolor paper. It's heavier than cardstock. It just will hold up to all kinds of abuse. And because it's small and compact, it fills, here I'm going to grab that one, it fills up really quickly. So it's not like a never-ending project too. So you can paint in it and collage and do all kinds of fun stuff. So new journal is a delight. So I hope you guys super enjoy it. We have journal bands now. The bands are so you can keep your journal shut, nothing will fall out of them. And they are sized to fit all three journals. So we've got a small set of bands, we have an original set, and a set for the big mumbo jumbo granddaddy journal. So, and Rachel Greig from Darkroom Door said that they feel like leggings, and I'm like, that is the best way to describe these because they're not a printed piece of rubber. They kind of feel like leggings. They're kind of fabricy. So that's the best way to describe them. So those are brand new and super fun. They were joking that people are going to use them as resistance bands. They're like, I could have a whole fitness line because I'm so fit, obviously. All right. Also new are the chipboard shapes, and I keep thinking of new ways to use these. So there are three sets, okay? There's a set of basic shapes, and you get a heart, a star, a swirly kind of idea. So that's one set. Another set are botanicals. So you get branches and fronds and ferns and flowers, okay? Super fun. We have my desk is booby trapped, so you just gotta be careful when you walk up. You could put your finger in wet paint, or you could, knock 10 things off, because that's how I roll. And then we have a set that I called Persona, and they are figures and fun faces, funky faces too. So these can be used any way you like. You can cover them with paper, you can paint them and alter them, you can pour on them. So we were pouring on a bunch earlier today, making cool effects on the chipboard shapes. How cool is that going to be on a journal page? It's going to be so cool. Use them as masks. Did I already say that? I'm repeating myself a lot today. So if you get a rerun, just don't press fast forward. Okay, chipboard shapes are super cool. Also, we have white tags. So I love a good, I love an element of white in almost everything I do. I like to leave some areas blank. I like white space. So we have two assortments of white tags for you. We've got this smaller assortment. You get these two sizes. And then we'll have a slightly larger assortment. They're nice and thin. The reason why they're thin is because most of the time with tags, I stick them in my journal. That's where they go. And they add tons of bulk. So if you look at some of these journals, they're crazy bulky because I put media board in here, tags in here, all kinds of bits. And I love that. I love the bulk. It makes me happy. I'm not saying I don't want bulk, but just by making them a tad thinner, it's just going to help me fit more. Because I end up having to take pages out of journals because they end up they end up crazy. So lots of use for tags. What's the advantage of a white tag? Color pop. If you have a manila tag and you paint purple paint on a manila tag, it might look brown because the manila is yellow and it's going to alter the paint color, whereas the white will keep the paint colors true and it really helps pop. So that's why I wanted white tags. Just a nice basic for all of us to play with. What is next? My favorite thing in the show is this collage collective. And the sweet woman filming me is Kelly. I sent Kelly, she's the art director, I sent her a whole box of mismatched pieces of art and scraps, and she turned it into this book. So what this is 60 sheets of double-sided printed paper, not for you to fondle and look at and never touch. It is for you to cut up. So you would tear it out. There's a glue-based, a perfect binding, it's just a glue binding. rip them out, you cut them up into pieces, you build on them. Here I was prepping some earlier so the glue would dry. So this is a piece that I tore out of Collage Collective. You're ringing, did you know that? I hear music. It's a piece I tore out of Collage Collective. And I glued with gel medium, the original gel. I glued a piece of my collage tissue on there. So now I have a start of a journal page. And I'm going to color that, paint that with scribble sticks and, you know, tip it into my journal or even put it in a frame. So you can use them in whole, or you can use small amounts. So one way I like to use them is, you know, let's say I'm making a tag, this tag. Now the opposite of blue is orange. So I know if I want an element that's really going to pop, I need something orange. So then I will go to my media collective and I will page through until I find something orange. There's some orange up there. Perfect. I will tear it out.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I will cut whatever I need. Let's see, we're going to do little circles. And don't look at the back and think, oh no, because you can buy another one of these. This is for you to be. This is for you to use. It's not precious. So then by finding the color that I'm looking for, I have the perfect little collage element that pops, gives me that color contrast that I love. And I didn't, you know, you could paint a tag orange and then cut it up, but this is just so much easier. And good for travel too. So that's one of the ways that I like to use Collage Collective as well. You don't have to, you know, take my drawings and use them as focal points. You can if you want, but you can also use them to trace. You can, you know, trace the birds to make your own. I had to have a tag over there on the board that I only use this circle on because I wanted to just use that. So I think you'll really enjoy using this. I can't wait to see the creative things that you guys do with the Collage Collective. And then I had one more thing, the bag. This is my designer bag. Every designer, when they do a bag, I collect their bags. I have to have them. Wendy's is adorable. Have you seen Wendy's this time too? So super cute, and I love Diane's print. So cute little designer bag, inexpensive, and it holds your stuff. So did I skip anything? What did I skip?
Paint.
Oh.
And stamps and stencils. I don't know if you have
Let
them.
me take a drink. So I have 6 new colors of paint. You know why I forgot about them? It's because they're a little bit delayed. They're covered up, and they're coming out here, and they're releasing kind of end of March, early April, and they're pastel. So there are 6 colors. Here are 2. Let me keep digging. 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 colors that are nice and light because my brand is heavy on the darks and it's heavy on the brights, and it didn't have this light element. So this is a nice addition. What inspired me for these were the colors of the succulents, the cactus in Arizona. Excuse me, my goodness. So these are coming out in a month or 2, and they're opaque. They're really opaque. The chemist at Ranger explained to me that it's easier to make a lighter color opaque than a darker color. And so darker colors will sometimes have a little more transparency to them. It's just the way paint is. And the lighter ones are really, really opaque. So these are nice and opaque. But I've been using them almost as new neutrals. Here I poured with one. That's the heather, the purpley one.
Someone's asking if they are matte.
No, they're the same sheen as all my other acrylics, which is a satin sheen. You can easily write on them with the Fude ball pen. You easily write on them with paint pens. Okay. So same great paint that we know and love, just some lighter colors coming. So stamps and stencils are super fun. Let's walk over here because I don't know if Kelly can get a shot of this desk.
Mm-hmm.
This is almost clean for me. So it's a little bit messy here. So instead of me digging around, follow me.
And Dina, do you want to show some of the samples too?
Yeah. So we've got 2 sets of flowers because I'm obsessed with painting abstract flowers. So this is kind of an homage to that little obsession. And then this is fun because this matches this. Now, in the package, it doesn't look like much, but what it is the same images but done in a stencil and a mask. So there you have positive and negatives and stamped images of all these shapes, which is handy to have for repetition purposes. And then bigger faces, because I've got lots of smaller ones and I love them, but I really wanted some bigger ones to take up more room on journal pages. So this one has 2, and all the faces that I do, they're always taken from my journal pages. Always, always. So those are the new stamps. Stencils are here. So somebody told me that in the package this looks like a demon cat. But I promise when you use it, it's super cute. So this is an homage to my 3 kitties that I love and that make me happy. Little kitty masks there. They're adorable. Some basic shapes, because that tends to be what I really, really like using. This one too, if you turn it upside down and stencil, move it, stencil, move it, it looks like raindrops coming down. It's kind of cool. And then we've got some nice linear shapes. I like to journal in those lines after I paint them. And then big I think I call them scrolls. Is that what I call them? Sounds right. I forget what I name things because I'm Dina. But really good for that baby wipe technique. You get a really nice pattern with that larger shape. And then come over here and look at samples. So like this journal page, you can see the chipboard shape mask. So I would lay the chipboard shape down, paint around it various times to get that mask shape. This is scribble stick, this orange, that's the cheddar scribble stick splattered into the background. And what's that from? That's from the Collage Collective. And then of course the tissue words are my collage tissues. And yes, there are more collage tissues coming. We just were focusing on this Collage Collective for this release because I'm so obsessed with it and I love it so much. So lots of different ways that I've used that Collage Collective. Here's sand, the new paint color, sand. This one is night mixed with carnation and a little bit of mineral. This is a piece of the Collage Collective with one of the tissue faces. No. Let me rewind that. This is my new stamp. What I did is in this package of tissue, you get 20 sheets, 10 printed and 10 that are plain. The plain are my most used sheets. In fact, I need to do a SKU of just plain because you get your new stamps and you stamp on the tissue, and then I glued that tissue. You can see the edges of it a little bit. I used gel medium to put the tissue on the Collage Collective piece. And then I just colored it with scribble sticks. And then I've got a page done. Easy peasy. Tissue again here. I've lately been stamping on the white on white tissue. So can you see the white on white pattern there? I've learned that it gives an extra special element when your stamped images are over the white on white. So I've been really enjoying playing with that as well. And then here's the chipboard shape. I don't know why, that's like my brain. So that's my thoughts coming out of my head right there. I just thought it looked cool on there, so I put it there. I'll point out some more on this side. So I just want to point out, these are washi tape flowers. So Danny, I need to ask her how to say her last name. Danny Choate, she did this in Australia, and I told her that I've been copying her and telling everybody she's the originator of this for me. So this is not my idea, this is Danny's idea, but I think it's a fun way to use up your washi tape. Isn't that cool? Just flowers made out of tape. So that's a la Danny. Collage Collective here. New colors, that's mineral there. I stenciled that with the new stencil right on top of the Collage Collective piece. This is scribble stick and white paint. Collage Collective piece as well. This whole layout is painted on a piece of the Collage Collective. My coffee, I'm giving it to you. Sorry about that. So this is sand again. I got really obsessed with scraping that sand color paint mixed with other colors. It just adds that neutral element and makes stuff not go too cuckoo for you. Really have fun with the new colors. This is that chipboard. Again, I actually put it under my sewing machine, sewed it right on. glued the tissue phrase onto a piece of paper from the Collage Collective to give it a color. So, super fun. Lots of new colors here. The purple is Heather, the new Heather color. Nice and light. That is probably Heather. This is that page I was telling you that I just used the circle from. And again, masking here. This is the aloe. And it looks like maybe ocean on top of the aloe color. Scribble sticks as well over aloe. The really lovely green. Here's my kitty. He's not too demonic. He's cute. Here, what I did is I took the flower stamp and I stamped it on paper from the Collage Collective, and then I also stamped the tag, and then I cut out only the petals and the leaves and layered them on so that I didn't have to color. I didn't have to color the flowers in. So super fun. Lots of Collage Collective samples, and really fun to use and easy. Easy. So those are some of the many samples in the booth, and I hope you feel inspired. I hope you use the new stuff. And remember, hashtag Dina Wakley Media and Ranger Inc. when you do. Thanks, everyone.